Hey, it's Adele from Let's Get Inkie, and we're working in the good old 8x8 journal today. I really don't like this background that's already here. So this is my Use It Up journal if you are a new subscriber. And basically it's a journal that I slap some extra paint in whenever I'm doing another project. If I'm doing a scrapbook layout and I've got some stenciling that I've used, I'll put some in here as well because dirty a stencil once, why not use it twice? And this was a page that had a real concoction of things. It had some, I would call it a dirty pink in the background. I think I'd cleaned my brayer on here at some point. And then it had this big blue splodge that kind of looks purple. But I just wasn't a fan of the pink colour. I love pink. It's probably in all honesty my favourite colour, but I just wasn't a fan of I don't know, it just was a bit of a harsh, dirty, yucky pink. And so I'm trying to figure out what to do with this. So I grab my white gesso and I'm stenciling it through this old stencil. I think it could be a Teresa Collins one. It's from several years ago. And I'm trying to see if this will satisfy my want to cover up a lot of the pink in the background, but it doesn't. So while I'm thinking, I do a bit more over here because I didn't want to make a decision yet if I was going to cover the whole thing in black or what I was going to do. And I'm doing 2 coats of the gesso just because the pink was stubborn. It did not want to be covered up. I also was quite naughty in that I did way too much on my sponge when I was stenciling, so the edges aren't very crisp and that annoys me a little bit. So I decided to grab the gesso and I just start covering up bits and bobs. I wanted to do some more stenciling and I knew there was already a lot going on in the background, and if I did stenciling straight onto this pink colour, then I'd just have the same problem that I had with the words one. So I'm grabbing my gesso and kind of calming this page down. This page has the original background. I didn't gesso this page prior to putting the pink on, and so it's got a creamy undertone, which I'm just not a fan of. And so I was covering up some of those edges with the white. I just prefer a crisper white page, giving that a bit of a dry. And I was contemplating finding a ginormous focal image out of a magazine to try and cover up that pink part, but I've decided to try and embrace it. So I've got some pink paint. What a surprise. Cover up the pink, add the more pink. This is a pink though that I absolutely love. It's just a hot pink colour from my local $2 shop, and it's in the kids paint section, and I have bought 4 bottles or 4 little tubes because I go through it quite a lot, and I don't want to run out of it or have them discontinue it, which always seems to happen when I find things that I really like. I have just discovered, sadly, that the matte photo paper that I use every month to print my Inkie printables onto they're just not stocking it anymore. It's gone. So I'm going to have to find a new one of that. I feel like it was the same with hiiiii Shine, and then the white Sharpie fine point paint pen. I just have a bit of bad luck when it comes to discontinuing things. Now, the hot pink of the flowers and the dirty pink of the background that was originally there behind the words, they're quite different pinks. And so I did and it came out as jit. I did got my hot pink on a bit of a dry brush and smushed it a little bit in the background. And then I grabbed this Dilutions pink, which is kind of in between the 2 colours. And I'm just very technically smushing a little bit of it in the background just to calm down the whiteness of the gesso. Even though I do like a really crisp page, the 2 stencily bits were just looking very disconnected. We'll be honest, I struggled a lot with this page, and I 95% of the time, I love my Use It Up journal in that, it's great to reach for when I want to create something and I don't know where to start. There's already, a bit of paint in the background or a bit of stenciling that I can work off. That small 5% is usually when there's a colour or a combination of colours that I'm not a fan of. And today was one of those days. And I think, you got to recognise that every art journal day isn't going to be a brilliant, off the charts Van Gogh type masterpiece. And when I started art journaling, I thought that was the case. I thought that every page had to be perfection, and the final page was just the be all and end all. And I've really realised over the years of art journaling that the process is just as fun for me as the final page. I must admit, my favourite part of art journaling is flicking through a completely completed journal. That's probably the most satisfying thing. But I think looking at a single finished page is on par with how fun the actual process is. So I've really been trying to embrace, the fun of the roller coaster ride that is creating a page. You go through the awkward stages. And so, I encourage you peeps, if you're feeling a bit stuck or annoyed with some of your pages, to look back at the processes and what you've learned and different colour combinations that you like, techniques that you might have experimented with that you might not have ever tried before, and think about the process more than the finished pages. So while I've been tangenting, I cut out these lasses from a fashion magazine and I've stuck them down to cover up a lot of the dirty pink that I didn't like. And then I grabbed a couple of jelly print papers that I made over on Patreon a little while ago, and I've been slightly obsessed with them at the moment. You'll notice them appearing in lots of the art journaling videos that come up in the next that have been up the last couple of months, actually. Also, by the way, I hope you've enjoyed the little Christmas present that I did extra videos. I hope I talked about that in a video. I don't know if I did, but for December and January, I decided to add lots of extra videos. Usually I post one video a week, alternating on my main channel, Inkie Quill, and then the other week on my Let's Get Inkie, this channel. But for the month of December and January, I decided to post a video on both channels every single week. So 8 videos a month instead of 4. And I just wanted to do that as a little thank you for you peeps for always supporting my channels, and just for watching my artiness. The internet is such an amazing place to be able to connect with like-minded arty people. Before I got into the scrapbooking world, I didn't really have friends that were arty, that enjoyed creating things. So it's been the internet's just been an incredible tool to find you peeps, and to find people that get excited about paper and paint and things like me. So I'm very appreciative. If you ever want more inkiness, I do have a Patreon where I post 8 videos a month, as well as a monthly printable collection. And all the deets of that are in the description box. I've been on there now for 4.5 years. It's been a long time. And I think there's about 400 videos now over there. So they're all exclusive to Patreon too. So things that you haven't seen before if you need something to binge watch. So once I stuck down all of those with my matte gel medium, I felt like, I love pink, but there was a lot of pink going on. And so I grabbed, it was just a magazine page. I think it was from the same magazine as these people were. And I decided to just cut out a couple of text hearts just to break things up slightly. I'm using this new black pen that I keep using in art journaling videos, and I don't know which one it is. I'm so sorry. I think it's just a Pentel, or whatever their generic gel pen is. I just got it at my local stationery shop. And I have to admit, I'm not too fussy with my gel pens in my art journal. It's not waterproof. Found that out the hard way. Should have known. I really should have known. So if you are planning on putting wetness over the top of it, I'd avoid that completely. I am on the lookout for a gel pen or a nice fluidy type pen, so not a ballpoint, that I can draw with and put watercolour over the top of it and it won't run. If you have any suggestions, please let me know, because I've been getting into urban sketching lately, and I'd love to do a bit of watercolouring on the go, and I need a pen that can deal with getting a little bit wet and liquidy. Added a quote, and it was very easy to write with because all of the paint was very smooth on this side of the page. And now I'm going to do some splats. I'm using my Liquitex acrylic ink, dodgily covering up my peeps so that they don't get splatters all over their face, which has happened to me way too many times. And then I'm just going ham. I haven't covered up that girl's face, and she just got a bit of a beard, but that's okay. We're embracing uniqueness. And I think I'm able, this is dodgy, Adele. Very, very, very risky. I did get a huge splodge in the middle of Gigi Hadid's face there, I do believe. But I think I changed that up. Is it Gigi? No, it's not Gigi. It looks a lot like her. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, the page is done. Jazz hands. I hope you've enjoyed this and my rambles. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a new subscriber, if you're a new watcher, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.